All right, so 3, 2, 1, transition.
Good morning, everybody. My
Good
name is
morning.
RaikouRider.
Welcome, RaikouRider. I'm Keto Fox. I'm helping commentate with as most effort as I can, in bad grammar.
Well, that's okay. Today we're going to be showcasing The Legend of Zelda. We're going to be beating all 8 dungeons, getting all 8 Triforce pieces, defeating Ganon, and rescuing Zelda in as little time as possible. So let's go ahead and
Hopefully. Hopefully.
get started with the run, and we will begin in 3, 2, 1, go.
Go.
Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we need to get some kind of weapon. Luckily,
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Luckily, there's one in the very first cave. Now, we're not going to be doing the dungeons in traditional order. There's 2 different routes that you can take through the game to get a fast time. There's the 2 first route, and there's the 3 first route. The route that I'm going to be taking, because...
It's also known as the Blue Ring route.
Yes. There's a variation of the 2 first route that allows you to get a blue ring, which is going to be very nice for surviving the dungeons later on.
Yes, because the Blue Ring basically means you take half damage as opposed to what you would normally take. And some enemies can do quite a lot of damage, and the Blue Ring really helps with that. So he's basically making his way over to level 2 right now.
Correct. I am gonna, if this Octorok is in a favorable position, I'm gonna try to get a bomb drop from it. Unfortunately, I did not get one.
Yeah. Speaking of bomb drops, there's a little message called the 10th enemy has the bomb. Basically, if you don't get hit and you destroy 10 enemies in a row, the 10th drop is guaranteed to be a bomb.
Not quite.
What was it again?
You have to kill the 10th enemy using a bomb.
Oh yeah.
If you kill the 10th enemy without using a bomb, it's a 5 rupee, which can actually which that knowledge can actually be useful in a variant of the route, where you buy a potion.
Yeah.
Because with the way the routing works, in order to get a potion, there's gonna be, I think you have to farm 20 rupees to guarantee being able to get a potion, but we are not going to do that. We're going to pick up a potion elsewhere.
Oh yeah, this is some Moldorm, by the way. If you've ever played Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, these are like the baby versions of Moldorm. This is when Moldorm was just an infant.
Moldorm in this game is not a threat at all. That's all you'll ever see of him, though.
That's a lot of fairies. Wow.
If you might remember what Keto Fox was talking about with the enemy counts. With the enemy counts, you'll have if you kill 16 enemies in a row, it's a guaranteed fairy drop.
Yeah, it's always a fairy.
So if you can play well enough to not get hit for 16 enemies in a row, that can be a great way to reliably fill up your health.
Yes, because fairies refill you up to max health. Much like this Triforce says. Congratulations.
No, fairies only refill you by 3 hearts. So now that we have level 2 completed, we're gonna run around and get some money for later in the game. Because in addition to the blue ring purchase, which, although not entirely necessary to finish the game, is going to make our survivability go way up, at some point in the game we do also need to buy the wooden arrows and the meat, and we need 140 rupees for that.
Yeah, and secret areas are a great way to get rupees, because they're basically, I think there's a 100 rupee area, is there?
There are 4 that give out 10, 7 that give out 30, and 3 that give out 100, and we do use all 3 100 secrets in the blue ring, or in the blue ring route, because the blue ring costs 250 rupees to purchase, and
it's very expensive.
The maximum amount of rupees that you can hold is 255.
Yeah, so right now he's getting really close to around the 50 mark. Yeah, he doesn't want to go over 255 because you just can't hold anymore. It just doesn't do anything.
Correct. We also need to purchase a blue candle, which is what I'm going to do after I'm done in this area. So this is the 100 secret that's the most out of the way to get. So when you're ready to move on to the when you're ready to improve your time to the point where you want to maybe consider cutting the blue ring, that is where you'll save the most time. If you are interested in it,
going out of your way to get the money is very, very costly.
The time.
Good.
And if you also aren't comfortable with finishing the game without a potion, the letter which you can use to buy potions is also there, and that's an alternate route that you can take if you're just not comfortable with the heart count, or you're not comfortable with some of these Tektite screens, since Tektites are some of the most random enemies in the game. So the reason we got that 5th heart container, besides increasing survivability, is to go get the white sword. Because
because the white sword is a requirement.
It's not a requirement, but it speeds up your combat significantly.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and just grab this white sword.
Oh.
What the white sword does is it actually doubles our offensive power.
Which is pretty nice if you're trying to strike at enemies in a room.
And the segment for getting the white sword is actually one of the more dangerous segments of the game. Just because you're still very vulnerable at that point, and there are a lot of random enemies, like enemies that are very erratic in their movement, such as Tektites, and are extremely difficult to predict. So you can wind up taking a lot of damage. And one thing about races of this game is that if you die on the overworld, you're required to immediately return to the screen that you died on before going anywhere else. And if there is an overworld death, which there shouldn't be anymore, I will be following that rule as well. But it shouldn't be an issue now. You might have noticed that I went in and out of the first room of level 1 to get that locked door open. That's called a pirouette, and the reason why that works is because whenever you enter a screen, the game considers you to have entered from the opposite direction of where you entered.
Oh. Now that's something I didn't know.
It's actually very useful in randomizer.
It lets you open places that you wouldn't normally be able to go to.
It basically lets you save keys, and it's very important because we are going to be using every single key that we pick up.
Yeah. So he's currently traveling through level 1 right now. He's trying to go over so he can get the bow, which is also a very useful item.
Well, the bow is also required to beat the game because you need to shoot a silver arrow at Ganon to win.
Yeah.
I'm also going to be coming up on a trick called the block clip here. It's very easy to do. Anybody can do it. It's a
clip.
It's a one frame window. It's a 1-frame trick that you have 12 frames to buffer.
So explain the control. You should probably explain the control input behind the block clip, because that would make it.
For the block clip, there are There are 2 different positions that work. The easiest position to learn is lining up the top of Link's cap with the shadow of the block. Then what you do to be able to clip is you swing your sword and then press in a direction perpendicular to the direction that you want to travel into. This tricks the game into thinking that you're on a different tile than you actually are, and you can walk straight into the block.
Because it thinks you're actually on top of like the block.
Correct, and we can use that.
So it doesn't have any collision to prevent you from going off of the block, but it has collision to prevent you from going onto the block. So that's why it works.
Correct. And that's very, very useful in a lot of different places. So I actually got a lot of money drops in the.
Yeah, that's very lucky.
So that means I won't run into any money issues.
That's very lucky with how you get so much money early on. That's extraordinary.
So now I actually am good on money for a while. So coming up soon is level 3. And level 3 is one of the scarier parts of the run.
Yeah. Because you have to deal with dark nuts, and those are pretty dangerous.
Actually, I'm not worried about the dark nuts. I'm worried more about the boss.
Oh yeah, the boss is really crazy and erratic, isn't he?
Yeah, Manhandla is one of the most random enemies in the game.
He'll jiggle around. You gotta hit him somehow.
You typically actually want to kill Manhandla with a bomb. Now, you might have noticed a screen wrap that I did. That is another pixel-perfect thing where you trick the game into thinking you're on the wrong tile. That's not actually required for anything, it just saves time.
Yeah, it's just generally there to save time. Or you can use it to get to screens that you wouldn't normally be able to as well. Which is a whole nother can of worms.
So now those dark nuts there have a... If you kill all those, they will drop bombs if you need one.
He's got plenty of bombs, though.
And I might get a bomb drop from these dark nuts as well, because the red dark nuts are in part of the bomb dropping group.
Oh yeah, speaking of dark nuts and the enemies in Zelda have really interesting names if you ever look them. Like, they're not like knights or like snakes or stuff like that. Like, the snakes in this game are called ropes.
Why did it have to be ropes?
For example, I don't know.
That was a
because
really
they look
good
like ropes.
That was a really good dark nut room, by the way.
Yeah, you just got pushed right into there. That's great. And there's the raft, which is used to access another dungeon later on in the game.
It'll be the very next dungeon we visit, actually. The only thing I'm a little concerned about is I did not get any bomb drops from those dark nuts, so I am going to need to kill the dark nuts in the room that I said had a bomb drop, because bomb management is very, very important in this run.
Yes. Because the bombs do quite a bit of damage, and they also have an area of attack range, so...
I don't like this.
Oh. Yeah. They're not being very nice to you.
I didn't even get a drop.
At least you dropped a heart.
I got a heart drop, but I really wanted a bomb drop, because explosive management is going to be really important for the next couple dungeons.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, running out of bombs
really
sucks.
You be nice to me, you silly flower. Oh boy. Alright, that'll work. I'll take that. I didn't get...
That 2 hits pretty nice.
That's fine.
At least it's better than dying to that boss, which is absurdly awful.
Yeah, it's probably the most common way that you lose runs in Zelda 1.
It's just that boss alone. It's just awful.
So now what we're gonna do is pick up the 100 secret in the Dead Woods, which will put us up to the 255 rupees that we need to pick up the blue ring.
Yeah, he's going to be getting the blue ring now.
Unfortunately, I am in a little bit of bomb trouble right now. So hopefully,
yeah.
So I probably will not be able to use... I'm actually going to go after these... did not get one. If there are bomb dropping enemies that are very convenient for me to defeat, then I would try to go after them if I'm low on explosives, because for the next couple dungeons it's going to be pretty important. I do need a couple of bombs to be able to save time in the next dungeon.
And here's the blue ring.
So now that we have the blue ring, we're in pretty good shape for the rest of the run in terms of survivability.
Yeah, blue ring basically makes you turn into a tank. You're able to like push through a lot of dungeons with ease at that point, even casually.
And now we're gonna scroll back over to the other side. The screen scrolling is really finicky. If I didn't say it before, it's pixel perfect.
Yes. And there's the raft being used, and that's how we get to level 4.
And level 4 has a very important item in it. Level 4 has the ladder, which is... It's going to be required for traversing every dungeon from this point forward.
It's also very helpful for saving time because as soon as he gets across, like you're gonna see like a pattern. He's gonna be having to deal with water being in the way throughout the rest of the dungeon. Yeah, once he gets that ladder, he's not gonna have to deal with that anymore. He can just go over one block differences.
I'm also very happy that I nailed the clip, the blind block clip that I like to call, because
Oh yeah.
Oh come on,
These
really? I
guys-
was on a
ooh.
16 count. That's
Wow.
not what I wanted. I was killing the Vires with bombs there to be able to try to get a
bomb drop.
to try to get a bomb drop. Unfortunately, I'm gonna be in a bit of trouble now because I don't.
He got hurt earlier.
Because I don't actually have. I have exactly enough explosives to get through this dungeon, meaning I'm probably going to have to make some routing adjustments to be able to reliably get explosives, unless I get lucky and just get a random bomb drop.
Yeah,
But I
sometimes
can't rely on that.
RNG can be a jerk to you.
Yeah, I have not been getting very good luck so far with drops.
Someone's gotta. There's the ladder being used, and it becomes a lot more
And
apparent.
speaking of ladder use, I'm going to be doing a ladder clip here to be able to get through these particular rooms a little bit more quickly. It saves some screen transitions, is all it does. I'm actually going to grab these rupees because that'll give me enough rupees to purchase bombs.
Yeah,
Because
that might actually be useful.
because normally purchasing bombs is something that's not on the route, but because I've been getting very good luck with money in this dungeon, I will be able to actually purchase bombs instead of trying to farm them later.
I actually find that interesting how as a result of your fortune and misfortune, you're at a lack of bombs, but at the same time you have the money to buy them for once.
Yeah, you
This is
normally
interesting.
you normally do not purchase bombs.
And there's Heart Container.
So overall, that was a pretty good level 4, other than the bad luck. The reason why the reason why I actually need bombs is because of the money route.
Yeah.
So I am gonna have to go a little bit out of my way to be able to get explosives.
Because he's got no explosives right now, and whenever you have no explosives, that's literally a crutch to you.
You can't force bombs unless you have bombs in your inventory. Because if I had one bomb coming out of level 4, then I would just be able to force a bomb drop with the 10 count method. But I don't have that option, so I'm gonna need to actually go a little bit out of my way to purchase bombs here.
Yeah.
Since
having bombs means you get more bombs, so you having no bombs just means you're out of luck.
Since you'll have to rely on RNG being kind to you in order to get explosives. And because of the need for the bomb purchase, I am going to be relying on getting drops from enemies to be able to get the rest of the money that I need. Unfortunately.
Yeah, because he's had to spend a whole 20 getting some bombs there, which is not very nice. Since considering this run is mostly based on getting money and using that money, so any money having to be spent is just a crutch.
I am going to be going out of my way to kill a few extra enemies just because I currently don't have enough money because of that extra bomb purchase to be able to buy the rest of the items I need. I'm a few rupees short right now.
Yeah. He's going to have to buy the meats, which is quite pricey in itself, and
I have to buy meat and arrows, and the two of those together cost 140.
Oh yeah, the arrows are pretty nice too.
So hopefully I get a. Oh, cool! I'll take a drop. That works.
Okay, yeah, you have enough bombs to make it through, but just barely.
Yeah, you need a lot of bombs in 5 and especially 7.
Yeah, is you need a lot of bombs for this section. So having
Okay, now we we
Yeah.
have full explosives. I'll take that.
that's awesome.
So this last bonus cave, we're going to be taking a red potion out of because we don't have the letter, and usually you're going to wind up needing a potion somewhere in level 9.
Yeah,
Because
level 9 is ruthless.
level 9's long. It has terrible enemies. It's just a dungeon we don't want to deal. A dungeon that we want to have as much backup as is feasible for. But right now we're in pretty good shape.
You were in a lot better shape than you were just a couple minutes ago. In contrast, you had like no money, no bombs. Now you have 8 bombs and 143 money. So
I have all the money I need for the rest of the game, other than for weaponry.
yeah.
And I never really touched.
I never really.
I never really touched on the way the screen wrap works. It's not only a pixel perfect technique, but once you are on the correct pixel, you have to do a 1-frame tap. And this 1-frame tap, unlike with the block clip where you can buffer it with your sword, you cannot buffer that.
Yeah, you have to tap that live. And there's another block clip.
That block clip.
There we go.
That block clip skips all of that combat there. Unfortunately,
yeah, it's also very scary.
Unfortunately, this next section, we will not be able to skip the combat in. This room, we in the community like to call the Room of Requirement, because this is the first room in the game where you have to fight a bunch of really difficult enemies. These blue dark nuts take 4 hits with the white sword, and with a blue ring will do 1 heart of damage.
That is still a lot. That is still a serious amount. Imagine doing this without the blue ring. That's 2 hearts every time.
Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible. This room is actually one of the big reasons why the blue ring route's a thing.
That sword's hitbox, I swear.
That room was actually not very good.
Yeah. Considering he had to use a lot of bombs on that.
No, it's that I did not have as many as I didn't hit with as many explosives as I'd like, because the way the dark nuts work in terms of using bombs is you have they have kind of, if they're facing, whenever you set a bomb down, the game records the way you were facing when the bomb when you set the bomb. And if the dark nut faces whatever direction you were facing when you set the bomb off, you won't register damage against them.
That sounds so stupid.
It's really weird. But it's how this game operates.
Yeah, so the game operates an enigma of ways that
it's
we
an
just
NES.
don't understand.
It's an NES game. What do you expect?
I expect high quality AAA graphics and awesome cutscenes and yeah. Screw all that. We want to play Zelda.
So we're just a couple of rooms away from the boss of level 5, Dig Dogger. You need the flute to be able to defeat one.
Yeah, he's coming up here very soon. It's in the next room.
Thankfully, there's a very easy way to deal with him.
Nice.
Unfortunately, he decided to run away from me. So I had to sword Dig Dogger down. You want to lay 1 bomb and then play your recorder and then lay another bomb, because the Dig Dogger babies move very fast and they're very, very random in their movement.
At least you only had 1. Sometimes you get several.
Yeah, you'll actually see that in the next dungeon, because we're going to need to fight a Dig Dogger that splits into 3 towards the end of level 7.
Oh yeah.
So this is the part of the game where we're going to pick up our meat and our
Yum.
and our wooden arrows. And I am actually in bomb trouble again.
Oh
Because
yeah.
I have exactly enough explosives
Yeah.
to beat.
Use enough to beat the dungeon, but the thing is, he also wants bombs for the next dungeon coming over.
Well,
So.
for the dig dogger. I need 2 bombs for the dig dogger to be able to save time. So what I'm gonna end up doing. What I'm gonna end up doing is actually killing an extra room in level 7. There's a room towards the back of level 7 that's full of Blugarias that will drop a bomb if you kill all the enemies in it. It's a nice backup, but it does take a lot of time. So I think what I'm gonna do is
Any sort of large combat takes a lot of time.
I'm gonna
out of
see
the
if I
run.
can fish for a drop here. Got one.
Wow.
The reason with the enemies, there's actually a very specific with the bomb dropping enemies, there's a global counter that bombs are dropped on. That's also not the correct thing. There's a drop table for each enemy type. And for every type of enemy, it goes in a cycle of 10. So for bomb dropping enemies, the first, 6th, and 8th enemy that you kill out of each 10 enemy cycle, if it drops an item, it will drop a bomb.
Which is really nice.
So you can influence your luck, but it's still not completely in your control.
Yeah, if it doesn't want to drop an item, it's not going to do it at all, so. We'll grumble. Here's the meat, we defeat him by throwing meat at him,
Yep.
I guess.
Yeah, he's hungry.
Why does he spend his whole time sitting in like a dungeon waiting for food to be handed to him?
That's actually
Nobody
one
knows.
of the worst God dang it moments in Zelda 1, because it's not really clear how you're supposed to deal with that guy.
Yeah, he doesn't tell you anything either. He just says grumble, grumble.
So that Guria room that I'm walking through right now, this is the room that you would kill if you needed bombs.
And yeah, those enemies are not very nice.
Yeah, they take 3 hits with White Sword.
Here comes the bomb.
And that's what the Dig Dogger kills are supposed to be.
Nice. Yeah, that was well done. And that's a good reason why you want to do that, because that Dig Dogger had 2 babies in it, so.
3. They're always
3?
either 1 or 3. Oh no!
What?
I got wall
Oh, no!
mastered!
Oh, the hand got ya. Oh.
Hand too strong.
That thing like appeared right on your tile too. There was nothing you could do.
No, I was just not paying attention.
Also, I don't know if you've noticed, but the dungeon map of this dungeon looks like a lizard head. Have you noticed?
All the dungeons actually have names if you read the instruction manual.
Oh yeah, by the way, don't look at dungeon map number 3. You won't live it down.
Yeah, it's something you'll never
Mention.
Yeah, it's something you'll never forget. Like, you can't unsee it once you've seen it.
Yeah. Like, what were they thinking?
Now, I should not have to fight that Dig Dogger again. I believe that Dig Dogger will stay dead because it's a boss, and I left the room. So that Dig Dogger will stay dead.
There we
But
go.
that's really, really unfortunate what happened in that room.
Yeah. And you get to see some of those in you get to see some of those in A Link to the Past too. Those are even worse in A Link to the Past.
Oh, they're actually easier to dodge in Link to the Past because you can actually see them coming.
Yeah. But I mean they take you like they just like pull you out. That's why they're worse, because you know you get caught by them. Yeah, you've done goofed.
Alright, so that
Ooh.
was really unfortunate. If you get caught by the Wallmaster there, it's a minute loss.
Yeah.
Because you have to walk through the longest dungeon in the game again. But we're out of level 7.
And you may have noticed that we didn't go to level 6 yet. We're going to go to level 6 now.
Correct. And you're going to see the screen wrap that saves the largest amount of time in the speedrun. This screen wrap saves 6 screen transitions, because otherwise you have to walk through the Lost Woods.
Yeah. I don't want to get lost in the Lost Woods.
That particular screen wrap, you have to be very careful not to overshoot, because if you walk more than halfway across that far left tile, you won't be able to walk back into the screen transition. So the reason why we're saving this part of the game for last is because it has the most dangerous enemies, and now that we have enough hearts to be able to pick this up, we'll be able to have the magical sword, which doubles our attack power again. So now we're doing
and
4
also
damage
lets
per
you
hit.
it also lets you shoot out of your sword too, which is pretty fun.
No. You can shoot sword beams regardless of which sword you have. You just have to have full health. You're thinking of Link to the Past.
Oh yeah. Wow.
So
I've got the game mixed
So
up.
the reason why we saved this dungeon for later is because this dungeon has Wizrobes.
Wizrobes! The
Wizro-
most favorite enemy in the game.
Wizrobes are the most dangerous enemies in the game. They do either 2 or 4 hearts of damage depending on what they hit you with, and they're just no fun.
Yeah.
With a blue ring, that's halved, so it's 1 or 2. But they have they're fairly unpredictable in terms of their movement.
Yeah.
When
Blue Wizrobes are the worst. They do a lot of damage.
When a Wizrobe teleports, they move like a knight in chess. But other than that, yeah, they're just enemies you don't want to have to deal with.
Nice.
So the first magical breakfast room went pretty well.
Magical breakfast.
That's what they're called, because they're Wizrobes and like-likes, and like-likes look like stacks of pancakes, so we call them Wizrobes and pancakes.
Yeah.
This room is not going nearly as well.
Yeah, the like-likes are just...
The like-likes aren't the problem.
Yeah, the like-likes aren't a problem in this game. If you've ever played, like, Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask, the like-likes are really annoying, because you get caught in them, you just get stuck in them. It's just awful. I wonder who in the world actually named these enemies in Zelda, because...
They're great names.
Yeah.
That was Goma. He's gone.
Yeah.
Goma is the reason why you have to buy the wood arrows. So now we've just got one dungeon left before we go into Ganon's lair, but it's quite a doozy. It's level 8. So level 8 has these 2 rooms that we like to call Blue Lagoons, and you're gonna see why once we get there.
Yeah.
There's 2 Blue Lagoons in level 8, and they're both pretty ugly.
And you're going to see more Wizrobes, which is also still the fan favorite, by the way.
There are no Wizrobes in level 8.
Really? Because it says it's talking about like-likes and Wizrobes in the room.
Level 9.
Oh, I'm looking at the other level 6.
Yeah,
I'm looking.
Yeah, 6 is full of Wizrobes. Level 8's a Dark Nut set.
Yeah, it's got Dark Nuts.
Thankfully, we don't have to deal with them. We don't have to
being
deal with
thrown in
them,
your
but
face.
This room is just terrible. Just blue Dark Nuts and corner turrets. It's no fun. And we're gonna have to do another one of these on the way to the boss.
Yeah, this is the vanilla. This is the vanilla dungeon. It's all nice and white. Wow, was that 5 dark nets in one go? That's crazy.
That was nice bomb work. I do need to be careful though, because I do need a minimum amount of bombs to be able to get started in 9. Okay.
Oh, thanks, Panda. I think Raikou's the real hero here, because he probably knows way more about this game than I do. Oh yeah, nice. The shoutouts to throwing a bomb through a wall. That's pretty cool.
And this is an example of just being able to just tank bosses with the blue ring.
Yeah. You couldn't do that in some cases.
You can't do that with if you don't have the ring. You just take so much damage. Alright, so that's all 8 Triforce pieces, so now we're going to be headed off to Ganon's Lair, level 9. And
yeah,
unfortunately, because of the bomb count, it does look like I am going to need to get some bombs from somewhere. That was actually really dumb of me to kill that enemy in the order I did, because I knew where I was on my count. When you get a watch from a bomb dropping enemy, that's a unique drop on the table, so you'll know exactly where you're at on the global counter.
Let's see here.
But I do right now have exactly enough bombs to be able to proceed through the dungeon, because I need 1 to get in, and then I need 1 to get started in the dungeon.
Yeah. Though having as many bombs as possible really helps as well.
There are some rooms where having a lot of bombs is very helpful.
I like how at the end of the document it says, "Congratulations on completing your speedrun." So gratifying.
So I want to give some shout-outs to 8gen, Ataginos. He has a website called orderofthe8.com that is very, very helpful for learning the Zelda 1 speedrun. He has pretty extensive documentation for all of the different routes that are used for the speedrun. So shout-outs to Ataginos. He's very talented at both the vanilla game and the randomizer. So this Patra, I'm going to need to kill this Patra to be able to get explosives, because I used too many explosives in level 8. And of course, just the RNG is not cooperating. And as you can see, Patra takes a while to kill.
Yeah, Patra takes way too long. At least you get a bomb drop, I guess, but
yeah,
you shouldn't.
Yeah, it's a room bomb drop. It's a great backup.
Go to the next room, he says.
All right, this is the first what I like to call full house room, because you have 5 Wizrobes, 2 of one kind and 3 of another. That actually went pretty well.
Oh, nice. That fairy really helps, honestly, in this sort of dungeon. Like, at this point, you just want to survive, because it's the final dungeon. You don't have anything else to worry about. You don't have to worry about, like, trying to get other things. Nothing else is required. You just have to get through it.
Alright, so we're coming up on Patra 2 skip. Hopefully it's a Patra 2 skip and I don't actually have to kill him. Goody!
Nice.
It requires a block clip that's pretty tight to execute.
Yeah, because you have the Patra just sitting there trying to hit you out of the positioning.
Okay, so this next room coming up here, this room is absolutely terrible.
Yeah, it's several Wizrobes and
it's Wizrobes and bubbles.
Yeah.
So we did not mention bubbles. When you get hit by a bubble, you'll be unable to use your sword for, I believe it's 3 seconds.
And there's the silver arrows.
Yep, silver arrows. Those are needed to defeat. Those are the last. That item is the last thing that we need to defeat Ganon.
So he's basically in go mode.
For a vanilla game.
I couldn't help it.
So that's all. So now we have everything we need to actually finish the game. At this point, it's just a race to the princess. So you might have noticed what I did there was a block clip from the back. That's called a reverse block clip. It's a little bit more difficult than your standard block clip because there's not as much of a visual cue.
Yeah, it's hard to do. Oh yeah, those likes really like to suck you in.
So this is, I believe this is the last required Wizrobe combat room. I'm probably gonna need a potion.
Yeah, he's getting really close to the end now, so
I just have a few more rooms left.
yeah, he's got a few more screens left to go.
Probably gonna have to pop a potion, unfortunately.
Yeah, he's very low on health. Oh yeah, now he's very, very low on health. And that's why we keep the potion. Come on, come on.
The bubbles are not making it very easy. You don't need to use a sword either. You can use any item to clip onto a block. You might have noticed that I did a clip with a bomb.
Yeah. The reason why he doesn't want to use bombs is because he uses them
I actually
play
don't
through
need,
the game.
Well, I actually don't need bombs anymore now.
Yeah, he doesn't because it's the final dungeon. There's nothing else to do.
Okay, I'm gonna just use this potion now because because touching Ganon does 4 hearts of damage with a blue ring that is 2, but I have exactly 2 hearts left, so this would actually kill me.
That would actually just kill him if we just went in and touched him. Alright, here we go.
There's
Get ready
Ganon.
on time.
Time is gonna be when we actually rescue the princess. Come on, Ganon.
Oh yeah, come on. Show up already.
Alright, there we go.
There.
So the way the Ganon fight works is he's actually invisible, but he moves in a set pattern. Get ready on time, guys. Time is going to be coming up shortly.
Here we go.
And time.
Time. Oh yeah, by the way, there we go. We've rescued the princess. Congratulations. Just like the document says, congratulations on completing your speedrun. GG.
So, about a 41. That's about right for me.
Oh, we're underestimate apparently. That's good.
Yeah, estimate was 45. There's no reason this run should take you more than 45. Thanks for the GGs, guys.
Well done. Well done.
So I'm gonna set up for the next run. Because I have another run. A run I'm sure a lot of you are looking forward to.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
So with that, I'm going to get set up for the next game. But yes, if you haven't, if you want to name any of the characters, get those in now because we need them now.
Yes, please do donate. It helps a lot to organizing the main event.